that told the Madlanga Commission that the Police Portfolio Committee failed in its duty. But that same committee, the Police Committee, relied entirely on the information that you and SAPS provided, correct?
Yeah, well, as I said, Honorable Chair, we briefed the Portfolio Committee on what you requested.
Spot on. So you're answering my question for how is it then fair that your department, whether yourself, anyone else, or a senior officer from legal services, to publicly accuse the Police Committee of failure, when it was SAPS that withheld specific information? Whether it was deliberate or not, it doesn't matter. The point is it wasn't indicated.
Well, I never listened to General Van Rooyen when he was doing that. Yeah, I'm sure we can go to the records and look at that and take it from there.
General, you can go to the records. I base this on the records, so I'm sitting with it here in front of me. And I say it specifically because Parliament and the Police Portfolio Committee will not be the scapegoat of things that wasn't disclosed by the officers in that meeting on that day. The mention of Brown Mogotsi that Minister Mchunu later on denied he didn't know was immediately, and I'm not going into detail about the cases, but there are 2 MPs that I know of that laid criminal charges for him misleading. And that was the only bit of information that Parliament or parliamentarians could act on. So across the board, all the parties represented in that committee, that was the only bit of information. Nothing about Kat Mutlala was mentioned that day. Nothing about judicial capture was mentioned. Nothing about a drug cartel was mentioned in any part of that meeting. General, I want to go to ask you, with what we've just discussed, why do you think the perception now persists that Parliament didn't act, or persists to prevail or exist? What created that perception?
What created, through Honorable Chair, that Parliament didn't act? I take it that maybe the perception arises out of what General Mkhonasi said on the day in question.
And this is where I want to go back to the July 2025 press conference, because the issues that were raised publicly in July 2025 by General Mkhonasi were not disclosed to Parliament in March 2020. In March 2025, on the 5th of March, in that meeting. Yourself, General Khumalo, Minister Mchunu, and almost everyone else that spoke, particularly when you explained the phasing out of the political killing task team. No one, again I repeat, no one objected to that. Parliament couldn't have done anything. When you spoke about strategic input, policy input, etc., if there was something that showed red lights there, there's a discussion to be held. But if the minister gives a directive, and the way that it's explained to us by the police as though we accept this, I don't know if they accept it in a strategic way, but if the police then come and say we're disbanding, then it creates the impression that everyone is on par with each other. General, I want to go to the Honourable Shongwe. I'm not going to ask Honourable Shongwe anything. I don't know if Honourable Shongwe is still here. You told the Honourable Shongwe that General Mkhonasi had reported closure of the political killings task team to the Portfolio Committee. And I just want to confirm, according to the record here, that I've checked now after that with Secretariat of Parliament as well, and no such report of any kind was received in Parliament. There was no such report. So I just want to make that also abundantly clear and repeat that we will not be the scapegoat for things that weren't shared there. It is a misperception that's created. General Masemola, General Kunazi told us that when you inquired about the withdrawal, and this is my, that's my last one. I've got two more questions, Chair. I'll go with the other one first. General, with regards to Richards Bay Minerals, General Konazi told us that when you inquired about the withdrawal of protection for Richards Bay Minerals, you told him that there were questions and/or that you came under pressure from the presidency to provide protection for Richards Bay Minerals. So what I want to know is who in the presidency gave that instruction or applied pressure, and why did you deploy a team from National, according to General Konazi, to continue protecting Richards Bay Minerals? The reason I ask this also in detail is because the presidency is an office, it's not a person. So who is the individual by name or position that communicated that message?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. The deployment of the Richards Bay, it came both from the then Minister of Police, General Kele, as well as the Minister in the Minister in the
Presidency.
Minister Njaveni. And the team was then deployed there. And the team was not a protection team. It was a team that were policing that area. There has been executives of the mines that were killed in that area. There has been murders, serious crime that happened there. And later, of course, with the help of the province, some of the suspects were arrested, some were killed, even by the team from the province. I know there was a shootout at Balido between one of the suspects and the NIU in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. So it wasn't a protection. Those members were deployed based on crime what was happening there. It happens quite often, Honorable Chair. Even currently as we speak, in Mpumalanga, there is in Mpumalanga and Northwest, there is groupings of mine, don't know, call it mine companies that are fighting the same side. It's a new trend that is coming now, especially in Mpumalanga, Northwest, where looks like people are licensed to mine in the same area. So one quite often finds such complaints and you can't fold your hands, you need to respond, and we do our work in that regard.
Thank you, General. Then my last question, General. Do you agree that Parliament did not fail in its duties on the 5th of March, 2025?
No, I listened to what you say, Honorable Chair. I listened to the Honorable Member, so I didn't verify each fact by fact. So I've got no problem to agree or concede to that statement.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Honorable Cameron. Honorable Sols.
Thank you, Chair. Commissioner, I realize that the burden of security you carry, over 65 million South Africans, and the added unfair burden of the massive number of undocumented foreigners across 1.2 million square kilometers is immense. I recognize the scale of that task, especially when some of us struggle to secure even 40 square meters of our homes for a family of two. So as a patriotic South African, I extend the respect your office and rank demands. I despise the bad police. But knowing that when I thank you, I'm also indirectly thanking all the good and dedicated members of the South African Police Service you lead. The position I hold requires me to remain impartial, of course, at this time. I have no bias toward you, no bias toward General Mkhwanazi or any other witness that will appear before us. Only after this entire process, I will then take a position. I ask that you participate truthfully as I seek clarity on specific actions you have taken. So let's start with the elephant in the room. I must first commend you for arresting DA councillors convicted of murder. And then you also testified about the presence of my party deputy president, the Honorable Kenny Kunene, at the house of Mr. Molefe. You stated that he was there twice in your testimony. Commissioner, are you 100% sure that Mr. Kunene was found at the house of Mr. Molefe 2 times?
Thanks, Honorable Chair, and good afternoon, Honorable Member, and thanks for the matters that you alluded to, thanking myself and the police for what they are doing. Honorable Chairperson, what the team reported to me is that yes, he was there twice. You'd recall one of the times he was found in the house. The other time they say he turned at the gate. He never entered, but he turned right at the gate. They denied him entry. So that's the report I got.
So you yourself are not 100% sure?
No, I can't be 100%, but that's the report I got, Honorable.
So if you're not 100% sure, as the #1 cop in this country, understanding the rules of our criminal justice system, how can you, General, knowing that you're not sure, sit here in front of all South Africans and state as fact that Kenny Kunene was there twice?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. When I say not 100% sure, I mean me. I wasn't there, but the team, I believe them. They say one of the occasions he was in the house, one of the occasions they turned him at the gate.
Your team is not testifying.
Oh, yes.
You are testifying. And you are saying, for surety, that he was there. You're not sure. Your team reported to you. That still qualifies as hearsay. I'm not moved by the sounds in the house. Let's deal with the law. Let's deal with what is right, Honorable General. You cannot state for a fact that he was there twice. You're basing it on what you have been told. So your team is immune to lying. Chair, you must protect me here because I'm receiving responses from the EFF here. Am I questioning them?
Honorable Sols, I request you to work like a postman, just deliver the letters.
I'm delivering the letters, but you can't have dogs barking while I'm riding the bicycle.
Deliver the letters. The gates are locked. They will not come out.
No, Chair, you must protect me. I was silent when everybody was speaking.
You are protected, and I very much respect the manner in which you conducted yourself the whole day, I haven't heard you
ask for
saying
silence.
anything honorable. So the whole day, starting from 9 o'clock, and you are so justified.
Thank you, Chair.
If I had a big umbrella, I will come and bring it around you so that you
General.
don't encounter any difficulty.
General, even though you received the report, does that give you the right to come before the nation under oath and say, as a matter of fact, that Kenny Kunene was there twice?
Honorable Chair, through you, the team reported to me that he was there twice. One was he was in the house when he was with the journalist. The second, one of the 2 times, he was turned at the gate by the team. So that is what the team reported to me.
That's not what you said when you opposed the question. When you opposed the question, General, you said, I listened to the tape again. Your words was, actually, he was there twice. Yet, your actually is based on a report. It's not fact.
Honorable
Thanks, Honorable Chair.
General, with due respect, the honorable source, let me just hold you for a moment. There is a honorable member who wants to speak, Honorable Cameron.
Yes, Chair, sorry to interrupt, but this has got nothing to do with the scope of this ad hoc committee, 1. And 2, General Masemola leads an organization with almost 200,000 members. Must he account for every single member's whereabouts? And I mean, when an officer comes and tells his commander something, must he go to this actual site and go and check up on it? It just, I think we're losing the plot. We're not. This is not part of the scope of the ad hoc committee. Thanks, Chair.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, honorable members, so that we can proceed. Let me allow the honorable member to use the time we have allocated him. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to say, number 1, it's my time. Number 2, I'm not the one who brought up the subject. I sat here and Honorable Malema brought up the subject, and no one in this house told him what they are now telling me. Number 3, I have the right to ask that question, and also I'm not asking of the general that he should have been there. And I am fully aware that he's presiding over thousands. It is for that very fact that I am saying the general cannot then come and just based on a report from members say, as a matter of fact, Kenny Kunene was there twice. So, Chairperson, you must allow me.
Before he responds, I see there is another honorable member, Honorable Nombalo.
No, Chair, I think I've got a problem with your ruling because your responsibility as the chairperson is to guide the meeting and your responsibility is to protect witnesses. We can't be subjected to Kenny Kunene. We have got serious issues of national importance here. I mean, the whole meeting, the whole country is watching us, and the member is subjecting the witness to Kenny Kunene. So, Chairperson, you are out of order. Do your responsibility, protect the member. That person is testifying under oath.
Yes.
So, to be asked about Kenny Kunene, even when he has answered that the team briefed me, that is enough.
Let's not be impatient with him because
No, but Chair, people can abuse the platform on the basis that they have time.
yeah, I want to explain something, Honorable Nomba. You earlier on during the proceedings, you reminded us of Rule 1.4, on the scope that any other matter thereto related can be investigated. The name of a citizen here called KT Molefe was mentioned on record. And during his testimony, oral, the general was asked about the incident or the occasion of the arrest of a KT Molefe. And then he says that at the time of the arrest, Mr. Kunene was there. So it is on record in these proceedings. And so the honorable member is asking that question, and if we can please have the patience to allow him to ask what he wants to clarify, I think it's only fair. Because those statements that have been made here have gone to the records of these proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. The same vigor was not shown earlier when the statement was made, when an untruthful statement was made. General, you were not there physically to see that twice. You just received the report and you want the country to believe that your members does not have the possibility of lying. That every single member you have speaks the truth to you. Is that what you're saying to the country? Every member that reports to you speaks the truth at all times. They don't have the potential to lie to you.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. All what I said, Honorable Chair, is that the members told me that he was there twice at the house. So whether they're lying or not, I took it that which they told me, and I'm not sure. Let's agree, Honorable Member, that me and you were not there. We are the same. But however, the report I got is that he was there twice. So I will leave it there, and thanks, Honorable Chair.
It would have been different, General, if that is what you said when you were asked the question earlier. When you were asked the question earlier, you did not say, it was reported to me. You said, actually, he was there twice. Now you're saying, we can agree that you were not there. I wasn't there. Based on that, you must now then state for the record that it is only an allegation. It is alleged that Kenny Kunene was there twice. Please confirm.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. I will repeat that me and you were not there. Me, I received a report that Kenny Kunene was there twice on the two occasions that members were at the house. It's an allegation. We leave it there.
So if it's an allegation, which I now agree with you, that means it remains to be proven. You came and you said he was actually there. That means, Honorable General, you lied to the nation. You made the nation believe that you are stating that as a matter of fact. Now, I put it to you that we can prove that Kenny Kunene was not there twice. You lied to the nation. And now it concerns me because...
Honorable Souls, I want to request you that we must not debate the matters.
I'm not debating, Chair. I'm stating you heard the testimony that it's now from a statement of fact, it's now an allegation. And if it's now an allegation, it was stated on the record by the General. Then it means that what was earlier said as a fact by using the word actually was a lie.
Yeah, I want us to go beyond the names and probe what you want to probe.
I'm moving forward, Chair, but
Thank you,
I'm
thank you, sir.
concluding on that fact.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And it now concerns me because I'm not sure whether I should believe the rest of your testimony or any testimony you've made at the commission as well. But we shall continue. You know, General, this is a bit personal for me. I'll have you know, and I want the nation also to know, that my leaders have served their time in jail. They paid the price, and they worked daily to repay society, to the point where our president showed decisiveness and removed our deputy, Mr. Kenny Kunene, who equally stepped down, subjected himself to an independent investigation. He was cleared and now he's back in office. If ever our criminal justice system can have something to be proud of, it is the genuine transformation of Gayton McKenzie and Kenny Kunene, whom I am a proud product of. General, yesterday, we saw on social media that General Sibia was going to be arrested, but only files and some equipment was seized. Was the team sent by yourself to effect that arrest?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Well, I wouldn't want to go too much back, but I would say that I did rectify that which you agree that I rectify. I didn't lie. I used English, but what I meant is what I said, that the team said he was there twice. Coming to the last question that you were asking, well, Honorable Chairperson, police, as I've been sitting here the last 2 days, even today as I've been sitting here, they're doing their work. I don't send them to go and do a specific work. They do continue with the work they do. They obtained the warrants where they obtained, and they went to the house to go and collect the catches they had a search warrant to collect.
So in English, I'll repeat, you lied. And I'm struggling to even believe what you say now, but I will indulge you, General. Why arrest or attempt to arrest on the eve of General Sibia having to come and testify? What if those equipment that was seized was material for what needs to be presented here next week by General Sibia as a witness?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. I do indicate that, Honorable Member, the team, they went there, and they don't need my permission to do the work. So if you say the tools might be needed, I'm sure the team don't take equipment forever. They will assess what they assess. They will return the equipment to the relevant owners.
Are you now saying you are sure that they will return it before he comes to testify? Am I hearing you correctly?
Now, surely, if he says he needs those equipments when he comes here, we can't deny him. They will have, I'm sure they would have done their work. It doesn't take months to do what they do.
It's interesting that they chose the time. General, how would you describe the relationship between you, General Mkwanazi, and General Khumalo?
I would describe it as a relationship that I have with the rest of the senior management.
I'm not familiar with the relationship you have with senior management. Could you?
Well, I mean, we have a good relationship. I do have a good relationship with the rest of the senior team.
You are not very close. Would you define your relationship as very close?
No, I wouldn't define as very close.
General Mkonazi testified that it was General Kumalo who instructed the removal of the dockets. Is this true?
I do not know that part, and it was part of the investigation. So I think the two of them will be able to tell you who instructed who to remove the dockets.
But this is a material matter that we are dealing with, and that particular matter affects and is a central part of this. Should you not know who was responsible for removing those dockets? Should you not know?
Honorable Chair, I did indicate that late April, May, I did pick it up from General Sintumuli that General Sibia instructed General Kumalo to remove dockets from KZN. That's why probably you had General Mkwanazi saying General Kumalo instructed those dockets. So what I'm aware of is that that instruction, what I heard from Sintumuli, is that it came from Sibia. And when I confronted him, I told him that, don't do that, stop that, don't remove dockets. That's all I said to him.
So if I understand you correctly, before you told me you didn't know. Now you're telling me you did know that General Kumalo took the dockets, but you're adding that he took it at the instruction of General Sibia. Is my understanding correct?
Yeah, what I'm saying, Honorable Chair, is that I don't want to get too much into hearsay. The General Mkonazi told you that Kumalo took the dockets. And I'm saying I heard from General Sintumule that General Sibia instructed that dockets be taken by Kumalo. And me, I called General Sibia to say, don't do that, stop that. So.
Yes, but you didn't say that to me when I asked you the first time. When I asked you the first time, you said you didn't know.
What I mean by that, why I say that, Honorable Chair, is that I don't want to give evidence of somebody and somebody and somebody and somebody.
But you just did that, and you did it with my deputy president. That's your style.
Well, with...
No. General, I don't think that you, with due respect, you must not respond to a statement like that one. Honorable Souls, may we please not impugn on the personality of the witness.
Chair.
Look, when you make a statement and say, this is your style, you impugn, number one, on the personality, and number two, on the morality of the witness. It's like you are casting aspersions on the witness. You want the witness to assume another identity in front of the people of South Africa, to be perceived differently from how they have known him before, when this committee has not arrived at a determination like that one. So I think it's very much unfair not only to the witness, but any person against whom such reference may be made. And if you find it moral, you may withdraw that kind of statement.
Point of order, Chair.
No, Honorable Skosana, can I please beg your indulgence? Let's allow Honorable Souls first to hear whether he agrees with me to withdraw the statement that he has made. I'm not instructing him to withdraw it. I'm calling on him to look at the statement and make a decision whether he would like that statement to be associated with any other person.
I disagree with you, Chair. Let me qualify. When I asked in the beginning, is that hearsay or a statement of fact? The general, when we were talking about Honorable Kenny Kunene, the general said, I'm stating that, and I stated it earlier, on the basis that I was told, I was reported to. So I made the statement, right? I now ask later on the same thing as it relates to General Kumalo. The general says, no, the reason why I said I didn't know is because I did not want to make a statement on hearsay. Now I'm saying, but you did it earlier. What's the difference? He should then also have done the same.
Yeah,
So it is on that basis that I'm saying,
what I'm saying is
the
that
style of the general is then to hear. Let me finish, Chair. You asked me to qualify.
Order,
Asked me
please,
to
Chair.
qualify. I'm qualifying. And then you must tell me, you must now correct me. I will gladly submit to your correction based on my explanation to you. You must correct me to say I must understand. In the first instance, the general is doing what he says in the later instance he's not doing. I'm pointing out, you listened to hearsay and stated it as fact. You come later and say, I can't listen to stories, therefore I didn't say General Kumalo took the
yeah,
files.
no, honorable members, I don't want us to derail the
Please
proceedings.
correct me, Chair.
Please.
Yeah, but Chair,
We
Based
must,
on my statement.
we must not derail
Yeah, Chair.
the proceedings
Chair.
by bringing unnecessary interjections.
Yeah, but Chair, it's not only an interjection, Chair. Let us be respected. We are members of parliament. We are in parliament here. It's not correct and it's unparliamentary to say the general is lying. And he knows that, the honorable member. And this character assassination reflects back on all of us. We can't be discussing Kenny Unene this. Whether he was cleared by his party, we are not campaigning here. We are dealing with a serious matter, a national issue. It can't be about Kenny Unene every time.
Yeah, but this
and
is-
the General Kumalo will come in here.
This
He'll
is-
answer for
this
himself.
This is what I'm avoiding, honorable members.
But it's unacceptable, Chair. That
I-
the general can be really
I-
dragged
I-
into this.
I have called on the member and I have called him to order not to impugn the integrity of the witness. And I thought that was sufficient.
Chair, Honorable Souls is defying you live. We've got a responsibility as members of this committee to respect you. Whether you are coming from the ANC or from any party, this committee is dealing with serious work and everybody is watching it. It's going to set a wrong precedent if you give an instruction and Honorable Souls defies it. We can't allow that. It must not be optional. He must withdraw what he has said to the general. No one here must be wrongly crucified. The role of this policy, of this committee, is to investigate. How did he arrive to that conclusion? And he has been partisan here, campaigning for his party. We also come from political parties. But because we understand the responsibility of this committee, we can't be talking about MK here. We know where to campaign. We know where to locate the people when we need them. Not in ad hoc committees. Honorable Souls must withdraw that statement, Chairperson, unless you want people to lose respect in you. You are the Chairperson and you must be respected. We can't allow people, you are our Chairperson in this committee. So if you don't protect yourself, we will protect you. He must withdraw that statement.
Yeah, but the last, don't inject fear in the chairperson. Honorable Ngola.
In addition, Chair, to the members, the two members, we also have a responsibility as the ad hoc committee to protect our witnesses. Parliament in its nature has got a responsibility to protect all citizens of South Africa. Two, Chair, it is incorrect to want to give a hearsay status to an official report by a junior to a principal. A hearsay is what you get on when you walk on the streets hugging your friends. Juniors, when they report to the National Commissioner of what they would have found from a official investigation, can't be accorded the status of being a hearsay. So if the general says there is an official report by the team, my team, that is working on this investigation, the report is that the aforesaid person was found twice on the gate and inside the house, then we can't accord that it's an official duty report, Chair. It can't be a hearsay. We've got a different understanding of what a hearsay is. Thank you.
Honorable Cameron, do you still want to speak?
I think, Chair, most of the members have covered it, but I just don't want this to degenerate. We can be direct, but we can be respectful. We don't have to do it this way. And this isn't the Kuneni Commission. This is the ad hoc committee to focus on allegations by General Konazi. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Look, honorable members, our responsibility is not only to keep the decorum of the House. Each one of us here has a right to a good name. The reason why we are called honorable members is because we are expected to conduct ourselves with integrity as leaders of society. And the title honorable is conferred to you from the day you are sworn in as a member without even knowing who you are. The moment you are called honorable, rise to the occasion and prove that I qualify to be called an honorable member. So I want to request all of you here, and I kept on reminding you that every time you open your mouth to speak, you must know that you are not limited to these four walls. The whole nation is watching the proceedings, and what they want is inspiration from all of us. The presentations which have been made here show the extent of difficulties the SAPS as an institution is going through. And you are the top leadership of this country, Parliament. Can you please help the ordinary citizens who cannot speak for themselves, who cannot be here now to interact with General Masemola, and believe in your abilities as leaders that you can help them and steer this country in the right direction? Can we please serve the people of this country? Thank you so much.
Honorable Chairperson,
I want you to move towards.
I'm moving, but
To move towards concluding, Honorable Sol.
it is wrong,
The
Chair.
time that has been allocated is not for debate, it's for
Chairperson.
you to ask the general questions.
Chairperson, I'm asking a question. None of you said what you're saying now, earlier. None of you. None of you said it's not the Kunene Commission when it was raised here earlier.
But
So you must-
Honorable Sols, may you please ask
I'm-
questions?
Chairperson, I am dealing with what has been posed here. I'm not grabbing a topic from outside of this house. The center of whom we are speaking about here is also an honorable member who's an MMC in Joburg. He is the deputy president of a party here. To say,
We don't have a problem with that.
No, you do.
Look, I don't want you to veer.
I want to
off.
show you something, Chair. Please
No,
allow
no,
me.
No, Honorable Sols, I don't want you to veer off and start.
I'm not veering off.
No, don't concentrate
I'm
on.
responding to the House and
The
I'm
no,
responding to yourself.
no, I'm not going to. These honorable members are not witnesses. The witness is here.
But you allowed them.
He is the one that you must ask questions.
I am asking and then they interjecting, Chair. I'm asking the witness. And then they are interjecting.
They were calling a point of order on
And
you.
I have the right to respond to it. You are now suppressing me, but you allowed them. Chair, let me show you the material problem. If I leave it, then it means the impression that's given is that an independent investigation, Kenny Kunene lied because he said he was there once. So we'll move along and I'll say, but I will put to this House, I will not withdraw. Honorable General, you testified then, now that you are now conceding that the testimony of General Mkwanazi was correct when he said that General Kumalo was the one who took the dockets. But you qualified that later on by saying it's because General Sibia told him to do so. Did he do the right thing? Did General Kumalo do the right thing?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Honorable Member, I think you were in the House, you heard it, I suppose more than once, that General Sibia ordered dockets from KZN to come to Pretoria. Well, that order have went through different people, which myself, I don't want to go through those layers. Those people will come here, they'll come and say, me, I was given this order by who to do what and what and what. So it is not the right thing for the dockets to be removed from KZN.
So General Kumalo did the wrong thing.
Well, he will come and explain himself through you, Honorable Chair.
According to you, as his superior, did General Kumalo do the right thing?
Well, I told you that I learned later that he was ordered to do so. He did not do the right thing by not consulting the provincial commission. General Sevilla did not do the right thing by consulting the provincial commission.
That's fine. So you are basically saying both of them didn't do the right thing, including General Kumalo.
Yeah, they didn't do the right thing.
Should he not have refused that directive from General Sibia?
Well, that I'm sure he will answer for himself, but you would recall that, well, he was given directive. I don't know the rest of what entailed, what they're going to do with those docket. I'm sure he will be able to give evidence to that effect.
Is he following your example, Commissioner, for when the minister told you something unlawful, you also didn't refuse? Is your subordinates following the lead of the head of the agency?
I wouldn't say he's following my example. I'm sure you can ask him. He will answer for himself.
What do you think? It's very similar to what you are doing. Is that the reason why you are overlooking it? Because you are putting the blame squarely on who gave him the direction, but not holding him responsible for taking the action.
Yeah, through your Honorable Chair, I think you are aware that I did take action against General Sibia for doing what he's doing.
What action did you take against General Kumalo for doing what he did?
Well, I'm taking action against the one that started this whole thing.
And that's what I mean. Therefore, you are interpreting it in the same way when it comes to you. When the House questions you on why didn't you stand up against an unlawful instruction from the minister, you also want the country, rightfully so, to hold the one responsible for directing you. But that does not mean you are not responsible either for not standing your ground. And it's for that reason that you are now giving the same justification for General Kumalo.
Well, through you, Honorable Chair, well, I'm taking action against the one that caused the whole thing. And I think it's the right thing I'm doing.
And everyone that is attached to it, he had a duty to refuse an unlawful instruction. He had a duty to do that. He did not. And therefore you should hold him responsible too. I agree with you. Deal decisively with General Sibia, but deal decisively with General Kumalo as well, because it will look like you are just overlooking it because it's General Kumalo.
The honorable member, your time is up.
My time is up. Are you sure? Chair, are you sure? But I'll accept it, Chair. I shall accept it.
You can ask the honorable members, they will tell you how long the microphone has been on.
I'll accept it, Chair. Respectfully bow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Honorable Vessels.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Good afternoon, General. I think, Chairperson, we have exhausted all the issues pertaining to this witness. We have exhausted ourselves, and we have exhausted the witness. My questions have all been covered, so I will not be utilizing my time. Let's go home. Thank you.
Very progressive. General, is your senior management of the SAPS divided?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. No, I wouldn't say they're divided. They are together. There will be problems there and there that now and then come, Honorable Chair, but surely they are not divided. You will find in any organization, you will find that now and then there is conflict, but they are not divided.
The problems in the institution that you have alluded to, spanning over a decade. Can we say that what we see now is an institutional implosion?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, I would say, like I said, problems. If I may talk of General Sibia, Honorable Chairperson, I think since he arrived, well, it's quite a number of people that he encountered problems with. I kept on resolving those problems. Firstly, he had a problem with General Zulu. I intervened. He had a problem with General Mkonasi, not now, some time ago. And before I intervened, he had a problem with General Kumalo. I spent almost half a day resolving that problem, and I was happy that it was resolved. Had a problem with General Msikidi. He had a problem with General Nkua. And, but still, I accommodate him, and we rectify, we go on. Some of the problems, I never attended to them, but they will resolve them amongst themselves. So, yeah.
Because the reason why I'm asking this, honorable members, is that since the proceedings started, there are so many names of generals who have been mentioned here, and allegations of involvement of generals or senior management in activities of self-aggrandizement, self-enrichment. Is that good for an institution that you lead, the South African Police Services? I mean, the developments of yesterday, for instance, when we are here with yourself, the Honorable Bradenbach calls you the honcho of the institution, and there are other colleagues of you convening press conferences. Is it good for your institution?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. It is definitely indeed not good for the institution. Hence, you have seen that I have enlisted this assistant of, while we are doing investigation in areas where we pick up that there are problems of crime and or misconduct. Hence, I enlisted the help of SIU to come and do a lifestyle audit of everybody so that we can know who we are dealing with and who's clean and who not, starting with myself.
And the people of this country, well, one honorable member has asked you whether you are a voter. You said, yes, I'm a voter, it's my civic duty. The voter whose last hope is on us as the bureaucracy in civil service. They sit every day glued to their televisions, they hear these things about high-ranking police officers. Their expectations have been that when we hear stories about the police, should be that criminal A, criminal B, criminal C have been arrested. And now they come to hear this very, very disturbing allegations about high-ranking police officers. What does that do to the mentality of the voter or the ordinary citizen?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Yes, I agree that it raises a problem of trust. It raises a problem of that they the voter, or as you say, or the community should continue trusting the police the way they do. I do agree that that is a problem. And it is an area that we are going through. And as an organization, we are not sitting back. As we are dealing decisively with areas where there is crime, Honorable Chairperson, and also cleanse ourselves by making sure that everyone that is there is above board. I'm sure that will go a long way. I know it's not an overnight process, but by making sure that we know who's who, and that will definitely will improve the morale of in the organization, and it will improve also the trust outside there in the police. So the quicker as we are embarking on lifestyle audit and investigations carry on in terms of areas where there are, be it criminality or misconduct, we finalize that, we'll be able to move forward.
My last question would be that, do you still have hope as the leader of the institution that these senior ranking officials against whom allegations have been made, and some were made by yourself, do still have commitment to turn around the SAPS and make it an institution of choice?
Thanks, Honorable Chair. Well, those areas where there are allegations, of course, we will, as I'm saying, we subject that to investigation of misconduct, and the criminal investigations will also take its course. And yes, I do believe that we can still turn the ship in the right direction. And it is an era that happened in the organization, and it happened, of course, because of other reasons, because of the discovery of some linkages to these drug cartels. And it's a good thing that we investigate that and make sure that we get to the depth of it and root it out. And I think after we do that, we will definitely have an organization running forward without any suspicion or accusation.
Senior Counsel, how much time do you need?
I'll try and be as brief as possible. I've got no questions about Mr. Kuneni. Just to clarify a few things. The first thing you asked me, General, was to just clarify the question about when I put it to you, you had agreed that no national commissioner appointed had served their 5 years, but there is one.
Yeah, that is correct, Honorable Chair. The first national commissioner after democracy, Commissioner Fivas, he did complete his term.
You've been criticized, questioned about your response to the directive of 31 December 2024. But we know as a fact that that directive has in fact not been implemented. The task team has not been disestablished. In fact, you approved the budget of the task team effective to 26 March 2026, and you actually denied a request from Lieutenant General Sabia to make money available for a differently constituted team.
That is correct, Honorable Chair. I did allude to that, and yeah.
Also, when lawyers look at sections 206 and 207 of the Constitution, they lick their lips because you'll find one lot being very clear that you have management and control of SAPS and that ministers may not interfere. The other lot will say there's ambiguity and there's scope for interpretation that the minister, because the words used are directives, in charge of policy, and so on. So just to put it on record, General, that it's far from clear. In your case, you, one, didn't implement the directive, and two, whatever you gave to the minister was to kick the can down the road, as it were, and not in fact implement it, but to phase out the team. But the PKTT is still in existence as we speak.
That is correct, Honorable Chair and members. The PKTT is still at work. We are working towards increasing personnel and other resources. And also, we are establishing one in Gauteng because we also do have problems in that province.
We know from General Mkhonazi that he obtained an affidavit from you on the 4th of July. Is that correct? Or a statement?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct, Honorable Chair.
Now, he wouldn't disclose the statement because he said it for now forms part of a criminal investigation. We would like to know what is in that statement or affidavit on the 4th of July, because his evidence was also that he was not going to go into the media briefing on the 6th of July without that statement from you.
Well, that statement, Honorable Chair, it talks about the defeating the ends of justice is more a case. It talks about those that participated in efforts to disestablish the PKTT. That's what the statement would entail.
Would you object to making that statement available to us?
I can make it available, provided it doesn't get
Into the public domain?
into the public before it gets to court.
So thank you. We'll ask crime intelligence to look after that one. Just joking. Now, the briefing that you gave to Parliament on the 5th of March, there is in fact a few passages, and you'll find it. You don't have to look at it now. It's just for the record.
Okay.
Where Lieutenant General Mkhonazi does make some strong comments about the instruction to disband the task team, and from it's at volume 3 of your record at page 259.
Okay.
Can you recollect or recall that he, from what he was saying, and I know it's difficult, so you can't ask about body language because it was an online meeting, that he wasn't happy. He made comments at the beginning of the meeting. He commented twice, close to the beginning of the meeting and then towards the end. And at the beginning he mentioned sections 206 and 207, mentioned them. And at the end he was unhappy.
That's correct. I know he did. He was.
Were you aware, or are you aware that that on the 6th of December 2024, when the PKTT was assisting the Gauteng police in arresting Matlale at his home for allegedly kidnapping a business associate. Were you aware of events on that day? Were you informed about it?
Yeah, I was informed while the operation was on.
Because it would appear that it's that gave rise also when, I think, when Lieutenant General gave evidence, and you seem to be of the same view. It's only when you started joining the dots, as it were, and you're putting some things together that you realized that there was something else that informed the directive of 31 December 2024.
Yeah, correct, Honorable Chair. The operation of the 6, I think the arrest of Molefe, and not arrest of Matlala, but it was a search of his premises where the team was looking for a kidnapped victim, Mr. Jerubushoa. So that operation of the 6, according to records of Matlala's phone, that was then confiscated later in May 2025. Indications are that the disbandment letter of the 31st of December 2025 was activated by the operation of the 6th of December 2026.
Thank you. And just lastly, I know we're tired.
Sorry, Honorable Chair, 6th December 2024.
Yeah, but I mean, I was always intrigued by this until I had to look these things up and got paid to do it. So it wasn't a problem. But the difference between crime intelligence and crime intelligence as addressed or spoken about or prescribed in the Police Act, and then intelligence under the Intelligence Act, and the way the police service conducts intelligence operations, and the intelligence under the State Security Agency. I think many of us, many people would want to just understand those crucial differences, because even in the Lieutenant General Konazi's evidence, he, at one stage, there was talk of bringing in the State Security Agency to conduct some or other operation. I don't know whether to assist the crime intelligence. So perhaps just give us your understanding of how the two operate. Do they complement each other? Do they do different things? I know State Security Intelligence mainly is concerned with protecting the borders and the integrity of the Republic. But we know also from the directive that was given on the 31st of December, one of the very interesting, intriguing directives is that relating to border control and border entry.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable.
Sorry, I didn't mean to give evidence or make a speech.
Okay, thanks, Honorable Chair. The State Security Agency, of course, is responsible for intelligence, more on the country, security intelligence for the country, state security. However, crime intelligence deal with intelligence relating to crime. But the state security, as they do their work of state intelligence, they will come across intelligence relating to crime, so that they will obviously pass to crime intelligence. And in terms of the cluster, the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster, commonly known JCPS, state security is part of that cluster, just like defense, NPA, corrections, and all other departments. So when we do work, we work as a cluster, hence they will have a representative. They might not have a representative down on the ground, but in meetings, they will have a representative. As and when they pick up whatever, they will, if it's crime related, they will give to us. That's the difference between the two. And there are, of course, controlled by the National Strategic Intelligence Act and all other legislation related to intelligence. But the crime intelligence is a division of the police service, and they are collecting crime on intelligence, so their activities somehow are controlled by National Strategic Intelligence Act.
And both conduct covert operations.
Yeah, well, they can be, yeah, both. Crime intelligence is accounting. We have the two accounts, both covert and open account. That's how the nature of how they conduct business.
Just lastly, would you, because it's also one of the things this committee must look at in terms of proposing some remedial measures to Parliament, would you appreciate a clarification of what 206 and 207 means? Or do you have a clear understanding of what it entails and what it means?
Well, I think I do have understanding, but where clarity comes in, when Section 207 talks about minister responsible for national policing policy, I think that is very clear. There is one policy signed this year, and but where it says directions by the cabinet member responsible, that is the area that requires clarity as to what are those directions, at what level they are.
Yeah, because I think some of the honorable members pointed out, some were even appear to be a bit horrified that you said your boss is the minister. You're accountable to the minister. So I'm just flagging that and asking you whether, you know, whether the committee could be of some assistance in that regard.
Yeah, thanks, Honorable Chair. Indeed, as I say, yes, the committee should assist in terms of what level directions does it, are those directions that the minister can give to the National Commissioner. If there can be interpretation of that, I think it will assist the situation. But of course, remember the question says manage the police, the subject to national policing policy, which is developed by the minister, and the directions from the minister. So I do report to the minister. It's not an anomaly. Yeah. But also I do report to the president.
Because a number of honorable members had also described you as the most powerful person in the country. And it would be of concern that the most powerful person is also reporting to someone higher, other than the Almighty.
Yeah, I do not think, well, I don't think the post of the position of the National Commissioner is the most powerful. There is legal framework to that, and the responsibility, yes, is huge, and the money is little or is not really sufficient. You actually forsake your life when you are in this position. You don't have life, private life.
It's not career limiting, it's life limiting.
Well, in terms of career, I do not have a problem, Honorable Chair. I'm actually beyond pension.
You could become a minister.
I'm 62-year-old, so I'm actually a pensioner. So I wouldn't even want to be a minister. No.
Thank you very much, General,
Thank you
for your cooperation and all your time. It's been a difficult time. I think the one thing that we all agree on is you've got an unenviable job, big job, very responsible job to keep us all safe. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Senior Counsel. We want to take this opportunity and express our gratitude, General, Masemola, Tauye Chagoso Kodibeng, for creating time from the moment we contacted you that we would want to have consultations with you until today that we are concluding the proceedings with you. We want to thank you so much. Fly safely back home. We want to thank honorable members. You have shown your resilience, honorable members, and I want to thank you so much. The staff of parliament, it's a Friday evening. We are resuming the proceedings, senior council and members, on Monday, 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock? Yes, Monday. The witness is Lieutenant General Sbia. Thank you so much.
In this,
The same venue, Good Hope.
Mark,
The venue is this one.
this one.
Thank you.